Hello everybody, welcome to Cory Turner Talks Cars. I know audio is going to be rough today because we are outside. I don't have my mic on if we're going to be walking around, but we have done Turo, and I have shown up to pick up the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Let's take a look at that real quick. I'm going to switch the camera around. All right, so here it is. This is the 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia. Here it is in beautiful white. Check it out. That looks good. Love that grille. Okay, so here's the process that we did to rent the car. I showed up on the location because I was going to be driving this today. I actually Ubered here, and my Uber driver was named Courtney. He was really cool. He took care of me. We got here. Now, what I had to do was, you have to take pictures of the car all the way around, a picture of myself with the license plate, and then a picture of selfie with my driver's license. I upload that to the app. Then the person that called me, super nice, they call me and say, hey, okay, it's time to access. They unlock the car, and then once I unlock the car, I'll kind of show you that. So we got in the car. Good looking car, right? They even left a power cord for me. That is pretty cool. I use Apple, so hopefully we'll see if it's an Apple cord, and the result is, it is. Okay, awesome. Okay, so driving the Alfa Romeo Giulia. So I've been driving for a little bit, and I actually had to stop because there was something the car was doing that it's not terrible, but it was annoying me just a little bit. And that was when I picked up the car, I was kind of in a more urban setting, so a lot of traffic lights and stoplights and stopping and waiting. And when you do that, the car has the ability to shut itself off during idle, to save gas, save wear and tear on the engine, that kind of thing. The problem was it's not super smooth, so it's a little clunky when it does that. But the other thing that it does is it unlocks the doors. So when the engine shuts off, it would unlock the doors, and that's kind of a loud click sound. And then when you hit the gas, it starts the engine, which is not super smooth, and then the doors all locked. And I don't know why exactly, but that was driving me crazy just a little bit. So I had to stop. So I had to go online and look and research it, and I found it over here to the left of the driver's steering wheel. You've got your parking assist. You can turn that off, which I wouldn't do that. You got your light control, but there's a little tiny A, and if you push the little tiny A, then the car will not automatically shut off when you're at idle. So that's actually really good. So that's been better. So that made things smooth. So overall, how's the impression of the car? Sitting in the car, it took me a little bit to get the seat adjusted to where I wanted to. Someone had it really high, and it took me a little bit to get that. But it's actually pretty comfortable. It's firm. It's not like super cushy or anything like that. It's got a good firm feel. I do feel though laterally I wouldn't mind a little more support. This is an Italian sports sedan, so you do want to push it just a little bit. I'm not, but in some turns you could feel a little bit of your body wanting to roll, and it doesn't quite hug you as much as some cars do. I think that would be one point that would be good. But overall, the seating is very nice. I've got plenty of legroom up front. I've got plenty of headroom. I don't feel cramped. The back seats are a little bit more snug, especially I'm 6'2", so by the time I get in here and get comfortable, it's a little bit snug, but it's not terrible. But there's plenty of room. Of course, this one has heated seats, heated steering wheel, the ventilation. It's got the climate control, so you can control both sides, and it also has so that you can control the air. Normally what do you get in air? You get it on your feet or you get it on your face. And in this car, you can do your face, your chest, maybe midsection, as well as your feet. You can break those down individually or by themselves, which is actually pretty darn cool. It gives you a little bit more control over that. The vents in the middle are great, good located. The vents on the sides are those almost look like jet engines. I need to turn up a little more. The jet engines, exhaust. So I think those are cool. I like those. You can position those just about anywhere you want. Steering wheel, just love the feel of this leather wrap steering wheel, and it's flat on the bottom, so it gives you a little more room for your legs. in your lap. It doesn't come anywhere close to touching mine, but you feel like you got a little more room. You can move around that. The turn signal is to the left, the stock. It's one of the stocks that when you push it, it pops back up. And that'll continue clicking, of course, that, but it's not one that clicks down, then it clicks up. If you need to turn it off, you click it up, but it's always in that neutral stage. So when you push it up and push it down, it's got good controls here on the steering wheel for volume, for the radio, and the center console or display is all controlled. I don't think there's any touch on it. Nope, there isn't any touch on it. So it's controlled by this circle dial down here at the bottom, as well as it took me a little bit to find the volume for the radio. It's on a little dial over to itself. So the radio controls, you can go into the menu, you can do that. But for your general controls, volume, flipping through your presets, those kind of things, you can do that with this little dial that is over here on the side of the console. So that's actually it's actually pretty easy. You're not having to reach up and figure that. You can just even do that without looking because you can feel down. It has a really good, nice rubbery texture to it. So it really grabs your fingers and you can control that and feel that. So that's actually really, really nice. I like that. That's actually a really good placement for that. There I have found 1, 2, 3 USB ports for charging in the car. Of course, you also can plug in like a lighter situation in the center. So the charging ports, there's one in the front, just kind of underneath the controls for the air conditioning and all of that, the ventilation. And then there's one in the center here, this little pop-up, nice little storage place here. And then I found there's one in the back seat for the back passengers that's underneath their ventilation controls, their vents. And that's okay. One I would like to see is that's totally adequate. Most cars do that. Have one. It'd be cool to see two, since you have two backseat passengers. The controls for the roof, the sunroof, and all that are pretty easy. They're all one button, push button. You've got the light controls from when the doors are open or doors closed. Those are up here as well. So you can control all of that. Driving the car. This is the 2.0 liter 4. It's still really responsive and it pulls really well, especially when you hit I find it still has really good pull, even around that 2,500 to 3,000 RPM. You can kind of feel it grab hold prior to shifting, of course, and it scoots along nicely. I'm on a freeway right now that I can go 70. The car is smooth. Road nose is about what I would expect, but the handling is good and tight, and I feel like I got lots of pedal left. The dash goes to 160. We won't have a chance to get anywhere near that, of course, but you feel like you could I feel like I could get to 100 really fast when I laid it down. I mean, it's an Italian sports sedan. Got to keep that in mind, so that's part of the experience there. Overall, impressions of the car are really, really strong. All right, it's time to tell you the mystery car of the day. If you're watching this in the holiday season of 2019, between the end of November and December 10th, all you have to do is email me this car, and that will enter you to win either the Volkswagen Lego bus set or the 1/18th scale LaFerrari. You get to choose. All right, the mystery car of the day. It's my first car, a 1985 Ford EXP. So the 1985 Ford EXP. Email 1985 Ford EXP to Cory at CoryTurnerTalks.com. I'll put some information there in the description so you can learn more about the contest. Good luck. Don't forget, you can enter every time you hear the mystery car. One entry per mystery car. So watch the videos every day until December 10th to increase your chances of winning. Good luck. It's comfortable, especially in the driver's seat. Like I said, the rear passengers might be a little bit snug if you're as tall as I am by the time you put the seat back, but they're comfortable. I sat back there. They've got some cutouts in the front seat for your knees, so if you do have someone that's taller and they're driving, you got plenty of room for that. But overall, it's got good control. Took me a second to figure out the fuel gauge. Lights up and it slowly disappears as the fuel goes. I was looking for a red a pointer somewhere there to tell me, how much fuel was there, but it's not. It's just all the way filled up. So that's what that has there. The center part of the dash, you've got your tach on your left, you got your speedometer on your right, and the center is a screen that lights up with different information. You can go through that and roll through that to find different things that you want, and depending on how you want to set it up. So overall, a really really do like the car. It handles really well. I've got really good visibility. I feel like I can see all the way around, and I have fun. So let's step on it a little bit. Yeah, see, I mean, I step on it and it responds well. I mean, it's a really good car. Brakes are nice and firm. You don't have to go searching for them, but they're not also the kind that when you tap on them, you feel like you're gonna, I get motion sickness really easy. So if you accelerate really fast, or if you hit the brakes and stop really fast, then I have issues with that, and they get a little bit sick with that. But right now, we're just in the N. You can set up between D, N, and A, depending on what you want your driving experience to be. We're just in N right now, and it handles great. The braking is great. Like I say, the brakes are there when you want them, but it doesn't, one of those situations where you feel like either going to come to a screeching stop or you're really pushing, trying to search for them. They are there. The gear shift is pretty straightforward. It's kind of crazy. Once you start the car, then it actually lights up. So that's when you can actually see everything. It fits nicely in your hands. There's this little button, kind of like a trigger button on the back. When you push that, then if you pull directly backwards, all right, you knock it into drive. If you push that button again and move forward, then you're going to put it into reverse. Now to put it into park, it's pretty simple. Just push the button. As you can see, if you slide it to the left, you've got manual. You can do it that way. Again, if you put it into reverse, the rear view cam shows up. It actually is a pretty good size. You can see it on the dash. And then the guidelines will change depending upon if you're turning the steering wheel. Overall, really comfortable car. Really am enjoying this car. All right, so the day has ended. I have to return the Giulia. I don't want to. It has been a great car. I wanted to say I had an amazing experience with Turo and the host. It was Go Curbsyde Inc. These guys were incredible. They were super attentive. I got phone calls anytime I requested information from them. I needed to return the car early. They gave me a call. They worked that out. They have been awesome. So if you're on Turo and you're going to rent a car from Go Curbsyde Inc., you are in luck. You have a great host. This has been a great car. I've enjoyed this experience. Be sure to leave me a comment if you've rented from Turo. Let me know how your experiences were. So be sure to leave a comment, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Encourage your friends to do that. Let's talk about cars tomorrow.